Hey fam, it is your girl, the one and the only Spicy, and I'm here today with another pick a card reading. I have 3 piles in front of me, and the question that I will be asking Spirit today is, what should you be focusing on right now? What is it time to focus on right now? Now, mind you, should is an imperative word. It's imperatively speaking. But at the end of the day, it really just comes down to your own free will, what you want to do, what you desire to do. And then you come into a place of acknowledging, okay, this is something that I need to do, and taking the steps towards that desired outcome. So yeah, what should you be focusing on right now? What is it time for you to focus on? I hope that this advice and guidance is going to help someone today, wherever you are and whatever circumstance or situation that you are currently facing in life. But with that being said, I hope everyone is having an amazing day, an amazing week. I'm so glad to be back. Your girl has been busy working on my press on business. As y'all can see here, I have some really amazing nails here. These are called Ice Queen. I just love these nails. They make me feel so glamorous and luxurious. So y'all already knew I had to come get on here and post another read-in before I took these nails down. So with that being said, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much to all of my new subscribers, people that comment, they tell me which pile that they chose. Like, I just love that. I love that engagement, and I want to thank, you all that have been doing so. It's just an amazing thing to, finally get up here and decide that I'm going to do read-ins, and then to understand that it's actually directly impacting people. That's definitely amazing. So yes, thank you so much to any new subscribers. And if you are tuning back in with us, thank you. Make sure that you click that subscribe button so that you know when all of these new readings drop, as well as sharing the page, getting it out there. So yeah, I definitely appreciate that. And if you are new, welcome. Now we have 3 different pile options in front of us. We have pile 1, which is the Ethereal Visions Tarot deck with the Amethyst Crystal. We have pile 2, it's the Modern Wish Tarot deck with the Rose Quartz Crystal. And then we have pile 3, this is the Terra Soleil Tarot deck. This is actually a newer deck that I just received for this channel, and that is paired with the citrine crystal. So you can go ahead and pause the video right now if you need to, and then what you're going to do is go into the description box, look at the timestamps, and then click the pile that you would like to view. So yeah, I hope everyone has a blessed day, and I will see you at your pile. All right, fam, if you chose the first pile, which is the Ethereal Visions Tarot deck with the Amethyst Crystal, we're going to go ahead and get started with your reading. I have 2 other Oracle decks over here that I'll be pulling cards from. But for now, we just going to stick with the tarot and see what you should be focused on right now. What is it time to focus on right now? So already what I'm kind of getting from these cards that I have here is, I think that you all should be focusing on, the first word that came to mind was happiness. Happiness, like protecting your peace, protecting your happiness, your own sense of happiness. I think a lot of it is coming down to tuning out others, like tuning out the opinions of others, tuning out the thoughts of others. Oftentimes it's easy in life to kind of get lost in the noise, when other people tell us that we should be doing things, and considering other people's opinions. And there's nothing wrong with listening to other people, but it may be like, it's on you to have to protect your own sense of peace and your own sense of happiness. That's kind of what I got It's kind of what I got. I don't know if some of y'all are in a relationship that other people don't really approve of, or maybe a relationship that other people don't really understand. I don't know what it is about that. Or you could have been in a relationship that other people didn't really approve of, or even something that at the end of the day you didn't really approve of within itself, is what I'm getting. But I feel like a lot of this, like, it just comes down to you having to be in a position of strength, or it's like you're in a position of defense. You know, you could be what I'm just getting is like you could be, and if it's not a relationship, it's like you could be trying to protect your passions, or protect let me just put these cards down. You could be like trying to protect your passions, or just protecting the things that make you feel happy. So a lot of you all at this point in your life could be connecting to things that you used to like to do when you were younger. You could be connecting to those passions. You could be connecting to hobbies. You know, maybe there were things that you really love to do, but you really weren't in a place at this point in your life, or moving into, transitioning into this point in your life. You may not have been in a place where you have felt like you wanted to, you know, dive back into those things that have made you feel happy. But I feel like within you, it's a certain sense of like anxiety or dissatisfaction, you know, dissatisfaction. And it's not even necessarily anxiety. I guess it could even be a period of depression, where it's like you may not be happy with where you are in life. You're not satisfied with where you are in life. If you've been going through a period of depression, or a period of dissatisfaction, or feeling like there's more to life, I would say that it's important for you to feel these emotions, you know. It's important for you to feel these things. It's important for you to feel that dissatisfaction. Now, you don't want to let that dissatisfaction get you into a place to where now you don't feel like you can go out and accomplish the things that you want to do in life. Like, use that energy and transmute that energy into action steps, you know? So I feel like a lot of y'all have been feeling some type of like dissatisfaction. And I feel like if you don't allow yourself to feel that, you wouldn't know just how important it is for you to go out and accomplish these things that you want to do. You know, I'm trying to say you wouldn't understand just how important it is, because it would be affecting you so much. You know what I'm trying to say? It would be affecting you so much. So I think it's important for you to feel these things so that you know just how important these things are to you. But yeah, you could be experiencing some dissatisfaction, or just feeling like, you know, there's more to life right now. There's more that I could be doing. I feel like it's time for you to tune out outside noise. If there's anyone that's making you feel like you shouldn't be doing something that you really are passionate about, or if there are people trying to fight you on this, or, you know, just conflicting ideas and thoughts, I think it's important for you to put yourself in the power position and just be like, well, you know, my life is what I'm going to make it to be. And if these are things that I want to engage in, then I'm going to engage in these things. So I'm seeing it's more so like things from your past. But if it is a relationship, it could be that you're involved with, you know, someone, and other people don't really understand that connection between the both of y'all. Or there could also be factors that are getting in the way of this relationship maybe progressing in the way in which you would like it to, maybe even according to your plan or what you saw fit for your life. But what I'm seeing right now is it's really time for you to take some action steps. It's time for you to get creative. It's time for you to put some work in, and at least work on the foundation of whatever it is that you want to do, or whatever you feel like would bring you happiness. You know, that could be a hobby, that could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be your own career. It could be anything that you think of that just brings you satisfaction and happiness. You know, it's important that you feel unsatisfied. You know, if you don't feel unsatisfied, you won't understand just how much you're connected to this thing. So whatever it is that I feel like you're doing, it requires you to compete. It's requiring you to have to put yourself out there. It's like, I don't want to say dog eat dog, but whenever I see the Five of Swords, it makes me think about dog eat dog. And oftentimes it makes me think about, like, how much do you actually really want something? You know, when you ask some folks that question, they might resort to, you know, manipulation and deception tactics to get whatever it is that they want. But when I'm seeing the Five of Swords here, the Seven of Swords in reverse, it's just letting me know that whatever it is that you're connected to, I don't really get any type of deceptive type of energy that's there. But what I am seeing is that you will have to compete. Like, you will have to do some work. But I think that the fact that you're connected to this thing, to this passion, to whatever it is that it's just, it's bringing up, like, maybe this is something that you've, you know, done in your past. You know, it's connected to childhood memories, or it's even something that you could have done in a past life. Whatever it is, I'm seeing that your want and your desire for that thing has to be the thing that pushes you into action, pushes you into, you know, working, taking the steps. Is going to push you into feeling like you're good enough to compete. You know what I'm trying to say? A lot of y'all might felt like you couldn't compete on this thing because it just was not working. You were experiencing some type of heartbreak or some type of depression about it. A lot of y'all might be too concerned with what other people have to say, and that's what's making you feel some type of way. That's probably where the anxiety is coming from. There's a lot of what ifs, how, you know what I'm trying to say? And I think all you need to be consumed with is the why. Like, why do I want to do this? Why? You know, because it's connecting to something in my past, because it's bringing me a sense of stability, it's bringing me a sense of happiness. I think that you should be focused on finding creative ways to build your foundation and just taking one action step at a time. And it's going to be tough because you're doing two things at once. You're doing three things at once. You're doing three things. You're tuning out other people's opinions. You know, you're connecting to the why. And then you also have to take the action steps. It's a lot, but I can definitely say that it's a transitional period because you're transitioning into something that you want to do, or you transitioning into beast mode, savage mode, where it's like you're just going to do and you're not really going to care about what other people think because this is connected to your own personal sense of happiness. So it's time to put your happiness first. It's time to defend that. So let's get into let's see. How can you do that? How can you best do this? I'm going to bring out the Hip Hop Queens cards. I really like these cards because they just give out, like, just straightforward messages. Nothing else to it. Nothing else to it. Okay, we have personality. We have personality. I'm gonna go ahead and get a second card. And then we also have respect. Yes, put some respect on my name. Put some respect on my name. All right, so for these two cards, the best way that I see that you can go about doing this is just, a lot of y'all might have got lost in life, maybe had lost certain aspects of your personality, but I feel like with you being at a different stage within your life and revisiting these things that personally make you happy, and even, yeah, that personally make you happy, I feel like as you succeed, as you continue to keep growing and building on your foundation, people are going to have no other option but to respect what it is that you're doing. So I'm seeing that, you know, if this is you and you're at this stage and point in your life where you're feeling dissatisfied, like, start first with respecting your needs first. That's where it starts. Respect your needs first and continue to operate within that. You know, every step that you take, continue to put yourself first. If you're feeling dissatisfied, address that need. You know, you're respecting yourself. You're not betraying yourself by, you know, not taking care of yourself. You feel what I'm trying to say? And I feel like the more that you understand how important it is to respect yourself by giving yourself what you need, that others will have no other option as you're working through and, you know, building up this foundation or building up what you see for yourself. A lot of y'all, this could have to do with home too, home life, family life, you know, so building up whatever it is that you see for yourself. A lot of you, I feel like you're trying to start a family. You want to have a home. You know, you're trying to make some big moves, you know. Maybe you used to live in a home when you were a child, and that's something that you really loved, having the option to do a lot of different things within your home. It was just a good time, you know, in your life. And maybe you've lost that and you want to regain that, you know. So there's a lot of different scenarios for anyone who could have chosen this pile. But I feel like the more that you continue to rebuild, to build up your life, to focus on things that you actually love and are happy about and surround yourself with those things, people will have no other option but to respect you. And as you're doing this, be proud of yourself. You don't have to stay in a place of disappointment or heartbreak or sadness or depression. You don't have to stay in that place. You know, this process that you're doing, it takes time. It's a transitional period, but you don't have to be sad. You don't have to be sad. You can still, you know, allow your personality to shine and to expand further than your current circumstance or situation. You know, nobody has to know all of this stuff that's going on behind the scenes with you. Like, nobody has to know that. That's not something, and not saying that you shouldn't have a support team, but I'm saying that you don't have to project your struggles. You don't have to project, you know, this depression. You don't have to project that out into the world. You know, of course it's going to come down to you getting right with yourself within, you know. So then of course that energy exudes out externally, and that's why I'm saying you don't have to feel sad. You don't have to project this sadness or this I'm just working every day and night. You don't have to project that out into the world. You can still live loud. You can still have a big personality. And I think people are going to respect that even more when you decide to look back and tell your story. You know, people are going to respect that. Like, wow, like, I didn't even know this person was dealing with all that. Like, I didn't even know. And then people understand that, you know, there's a key to happiness, you know, is looking past your current circumstances, situation, looking, you know what I'm trying to say? Not having to be consumed emotionally with that thing. So I wanted to get you some cards from the, what deck is this? The Sacred Destiny Oracle, you know? So we have Voyage, just confirming that, of course, this is a transitional period. And I think you will be supported. You know, it seems like you have a lot of work to do, you know, and whatever that is, you have a lot of work to do. And it seems like wherever you are or whatever you want to do, there's room for expansion. That's kind of what I'm getting. It's room for expansion. And because it's so vast, because it seems like so much, you get lost. But just also understanding that, you know, there's a path and there's a journey for you, and, you know, you will be supported as you're transitioning to this new place within your own personal life. It's not 100% clear right now. You could be a little confused with which steps to take. But I can definitely say that even within this period of confusion, you're still going to be, you know, supported, and you're still going to be guided. You know, it's vast. It's a lot. You know what I'm trying to say? It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. You know, your situation could go many different ways. So it's just, you know, stating that you will be supported and guided during this time. You know, even though it might seem like, oh my God, it's so much and I could end up anywhere, you know. So you also have Happiness. This Happiness card came out, and it's really just confirming, you know, what my message was really about. And it's just like, you know, going after what makes you happy and what makes you, like, what makes you passionate. Like, you know, what is it? What is it? You know, we all can pinpoint something, at least one thing that we know that makes us happy. You know, at least one hobby, at least one thing that we're really good at least one relationship that we can have in life that makes us feel happy, you know, something. So it's really just about identifying, what you want to do, what actually brings you happiness. What can you, tune out what other people have to say and focus solely on you, and how do you feel when you do that? So yeah, it's really time for you all to really just lean into these things that really truly make you feel happy and joy and peace. That's what it's time for you all to be focusing on right now. And it's just backing up what I said in my message. And then we also have leadership. I feel like when you take this path, and even though it might seem like you're going about it alone, of course understand that you are, you're being guided. Spirit is definitely gonna support you through this. And you might be surprised that a lot of the steps that you thought you had to take, you didn't even have to take them. You know what I'm trying to say? You'll be surprised that you thought, for instance, you might have thought in order to be an entrepreneur or a successful business owner that you had to go to business school for 4 years, and then you had to go intern here and intern there. You'd be surprised. Maybe you start your business and then you instantly, well, let's not say instantly, but you know what I'm trying to say. You become successful without even having to go do that program. So you'd be surprised that you possibly will possibly have the opportunity to even skip steps without you even recognizing it. Things that you thought you had to do, you probably don't even have to do to get to where you want to be. But yeah, I do feel like a lot of y'all could be going through this by yourself, going through this alone. Now, with respect and leadership, I feel like if you just continue to keep walking, I feel like eventually you'll find yourself to be in a leadership position. You'll be inspiring and influencing other people to step out and to do what they want to do as well within, your chosen field, or just within your life in general. You could become a life coach, a peer support person, someone's mentor, having the ability to just really counsel other people. And I think people will respect you because not only would they know your story if you decide to tell them, but they'll also see your results as well. So I think it's just going to set you up to be even more in a position of being able to reach back and to help other people that were to reach back and to help other people that were in the same situation as you. I'm gonna wrap up this reading with the Power of Surrender cards. Give me 1 second, y'all, because I didn't take these cards out, but I feel like it's really nice to wrap up the reading with these cards. The Power of Surrender, just to see what you can potentially give up right now at this time to focus on what you are being advised to focus on. We have surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. I think when it comes down to drama, is more so the only drama that I could think of that would have came up in this reading was more so focusing on what other people had to say, what other people's opinions and thoughts are of what you should do or what you should not do. Shoot, you could decide to not listen to this reading, but at the end of the day, it's all up to you and your own free will. You feel me? So yeah, surrender the drama. It might be time to even pack it up sometimes with these people. Like, people gonna say whatever they want to say. It's up to you to acknowledge it or not, to accept it or reject it. We have the ability in our minds to do that. Don't feel like you just have to take everything in because you just have to. You can accept or reject. That's within your choice as well. Like, that's within your free will. Accept the information or reject the information. And the other drama that I could think of could be anything within yourself. So anything that is causing you some type of depression or anxiety. Instead of trying to sit in that energy, think about how you can transmute that energy into in a positive way to help fuel what it is that you want to do. It's like, instead of, I don't want to say you're feeling sorry for yourself, but instead of, let's just say, for example, feeling sorry for yourself about something, you can take the action steps to change that thing that you're feeling bad about. You feel me? It's just all about transmuting the energy. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it right there. I hope that you all enjoyed this reading. I hope that it was helpful. to you, and that you found some messages that resonated and some messages that you can utilize to continue moving forward within your life. That is the whole purpose of my tarot content that is on my page, is to help you, progress towards, where you want to be, in a way that is going to empower you and empower the others around you, that are watching this. It's the greatest show on earth. Okay? Step right up for the greatest show on earth. But with that being said, have a blessed day, and I will see you in the next one. Hey, fam. If you have chosen pile 2, which is the Modern Witch tarot deck with the rose quartz crystal, we're gonna go ahead and get started with your reading. We're just asking spirit, what should you be focusing on? What is it time to focus on? And mind you, like I said, this is imperatively speaking. You can take my advice and accept it, or you can reject it. It's up to you and whatever you see fit for your own life. But yeah, we just asking spirit, what is it time to be focusing on? What should you be focusing on now in life? I felt like doing this reading because I felt like it's helpful during those times where, it's not too much activity. It's not too much activity that is kind of going on, that maybe it's time for us to, refocus and see what's going on. Like, sometimes it's like never it's never gonna be things happening back to back to back to back. So if you're at that point in your life right now where you're like, what's next, you could use this reading for that as well. So I already have a message that's coming through. But I just want to get some additional cards, and then I'll get on with the reading. But I'll go ahead and say the message before I forget it. It seems like some of y'all need to take control of your finances. And it's not to say that you all are bad business people or that you don't know how to make money. It's not saying that, but it's just saying that, it might be time to, well, first and foremost, it's being advised that you should make more money. That's number one. But I'm just feeling like it's time for you all to take control of it. And I don't know if this is something that has been by your own doing, or if you're just going through a period of, for some reason I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune, but like the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I don't know if you're just going through a shaky period within your business right now. But like I said, it's not like you all are bad business people or you don't know how to make money, but it may be something that you have to do energetically to kind of get yourself out of that place, to get yourself out of this place right now. Yeah, I'm seeing finances. So I feel like I'm gonna start with the fact that you all are not bad business people. It seems like, just as far as with the Emperor coming up, you really do exhibit some very strong masculine energy as far as within execution and coming to solutions and being, not authoritarian, but just like an authoritative figure. You demand respect. I'm trying to say, you demand respect. I feel like you know where to place your time and energy. You understand, I don't really call it time management because you can't manage time, but I feel like you have the ability to manage your productivity. But I feel like right now at this place within your life, you could have been suffering from just a brief period of laziness is kind of what I'm getting. Laziness or not being motivated, not being, stimulated like creatively. Maybe you're being blocked off from your imagination, because our imagination helps us to be creative and to be innovative. So it's definitely coming up that you are a leader. It's not to say that you're a bad business person, especially with the King of Pentacles in reverse. I just feel as though your abilities to work effectively within your business may have been I don't know what the word is. It just is being affected, but in a way in which you might not be making as much money as you used to, or you may not have a good grip of your financial situation like you used to. You know what I'm trying to say? So some of y'all could have just been, I mean, it could be that y'all have been exhausted, maybe even physically exhausted. Um, I'm getting more so physically exhausted. You've probably experienced a lack of passion, or even admiration for what it is that you do. And it's not to say that you don't love what you do. I just feel like maybe you've been exhausted in other areas within your life that have really held you back from being as effective as you once were within your business. Some of y'all might have just been working too hard, maybe even managing too many tasks. Some of y'all have just been in a, and it's not to say it's nothing wrong with being in a position of power, but I can also understand how constantly being in a position of power could make someone feel exhausted, because you always have to be there. You always have to be operating within your business. You always have to be the face of your business. You always have to be, doing something. And if you're not running a business, it could also be a family. Maybe you're a single parent, maybe you're a single mother or even a single dad, maybe that, where it's kind of like you've been physically exhausted. So you've been cut off from some type of additional, energy source that could really help you to remain inspired within your business. But like I said, I think that, I mean, it's still hope for you. That's why I don't see you as being a bad business person with money. But I feel like even if things aren't working out within your business or externally, it's like you always remain focused on yourself. You know what I'm trying to say? So I feel like it's time to focus on your self-care. It's time to focus on, because it's not just about the money. It's about the money, we know, because money can help you do a lot of things, especially if you use it, as a great resource for expansion. It can, but I feel like with you, it's not just about the money with you. It's also about your self-care. It's also about nurturing yourself. It's also about taking care of yourself, surrounding yourself with, things that make you feel calm and things that make you feel at ease and things that you love, to kind of get you re-inspired again, to really, help you get back in touch with your business and making more money again. So yeah, it just seems like you could have been like just uninspired, uninspired. Maybe, constantly working within the position that you're in has just made you just come to a point where you're just like, I'm tired. Like, I'm tired of always continuously having to defend myself. I'm tired of continuously having to fight people on things. I'm tired of continuously having to do, to perform, to act. So I feel like a lot of y'all, it could just be that this was really all just a period of rest. Maybe this happened to you to let you know that it's important to also prioritize your self-care. It's important to get rest if you need to. I feel like when you don't get rest, it puts you in a state of just inactivity, like inaction, where it's like you don't even want to solve a problem. You don't even want to do, because you're overwhelmed, you don't even want to, is nothing you could do. I just think that, life probably put you here, like I said, so that you can understand that, periods of rest are important, because if you don't rest, then it's going to be done for you, regardless of if you like it or not. And if you can't acknowledge that you're in a period of rest, then you gonna learn. Like, you gonna learn. So Yeah, I just feel like you might be feeling a little uninspired right now, and it could be taking a toll on your business. Like I said, you could be experiencing like um having less money than what you're used to having. Having less, I don't think that's something that you really like. Cuz you having less than what you used to have. Um But I can definitely say that this could have just been a divinely guided thing. Like it was important for you to experience this so that you experience how important rest is. It's not just about doing, doing, doing. Um, I don't think you want to be at this place, but I feel like you have to be here, if that makes sense. But all is definitely not lost. All is definitely not lost at all. I see that, you guys still have you guys, the y'all that have this pile, that chose this pile, you still have a connection to whatever it is that you do. So if it's work, you have a connection to the work. If you're a single parent, you still have a connection to your family. You know what I'm trying to say? Whatever it is that you, where you are, whatever position that you're in, you still have a connection to that thing. um it's just that right now you just you just not, I don't know, it's just you're not feeling it. You're not feeling it. You're just a little uninspired right now, or you lack some type of motivation, but it's not really too much work that's being done wherever it is that you are. So I don't know if you can even get mad at the fact that you might be having less money than you're used to having. But like I said, all is not lost. We have the star card here. I just want to get some clarification. Well, not clarification, but I guess you could say some additional messages. This card wanted to flip. This card wanted to flip. So yeah, all is not lost. All is not lost. I know that this is a unfavorable place to be in. It's just I'm just getting like, it's just it feels really slow, and it feels really, it's just like a slow feeling where it's like for example, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. It's just, is this happening? Like it's moving so slow, and you might feel, that even that this is just, it's not right. You know what I'm trying to say? Like you experiencing this in your life is just not right. You might feel like it's some type of force that is working against you, or you just feel as though like you shouldn't be here right now at this point in time in your life. But I really do feel like just keep exhibiting faith and hope, and understanding that like this is just a current circumstance that's going on right now. It's not necessarily something that's going to last forever. A lot of you all are very prominent, or if you don't feel prominent, understand that you will be, because the star card also, like, it represents someone being a star or someone being a celebrity, but also faith, hope, and wishful thinking. I just think it gets back out to you trying, try like any little action step that you can take to get yourself out of this funk. Any little step or action, anything, like any action step that you can take that's going to help you to regain your creative juices and your imagination, and any little thing that you can do, I think is going to be beneficial for you. But first and foremost, also address your sense of self-care, because you all are not bad people. I just think that you are in a funk. You stuck in a rut. You stuck in a rut. But yeah, any little action step that you can take, so that you're not really caught up in, oh, I'm in a rut right now, I'm in a funk. Like any little action step that you can take that is going to, help to inspire you to continue to keep moving forward, inspire you to get back to work. Like anything that you can do, I think is going to help you to feel a lot better. But also understand that it's important to take periods of time for rest and relaxation as well, so that you don't find yourself in a rut like this again, of a period of inactivity. So how can you best go about this? Skill, yeah. That's why I'm like, y'all aren't bad people. I feel like you can really make something, like you've already proven that you have the ability to make something out of nothing. You've already proven that. We have the Knight of Pentacles here, and then we also have the Emperor. Like, to even get there, you have to be action-based, solution-based, solution-oriented, action-oriented. Like, you have to be effective. You have to be efficient. Like, y'all have that already built, that's built within you. So I think it's important for you to connect back to even you understanding that you know how to do these things. You know, I'm trying to say, you've accomplished, you've achieved things before, you know you can do it again. You know, I wonder if some of y'all are like artists that feel like you fell off or something. Like, it's just the energy of someone feeling like they fell off. Like, you didn't fall off. Like, I think a lot of people go through this period of point in time in their life. Like, you didn't fall off. Like, it's okay. And then we also have self-esteem. So it's just going to be you connecting back to yourself, remembering who you are. Remember who you are. Remember what got you to where you are. Remember the skills that you've built up. Okay. Remember that you've had to encourage yourself for you to even be confident to be in this emperor position. You've had to encourage yourself. You've had to work through things. You know, you've had to, you know, big up yourself. And that's just, you know, and do that through your affirmations. I am smart. I am intelligent. I am beautiful. I am creative. I am imaginative. I have the ability to make something out of nothing. I make things out of thin air. I manifest anything that I want into my reality. You know what I'm trying to say? Because through this inaction, you was manifesting this reality. You know what I'm trying to say? Through whatever it was that you was dealing with before you got here. That, like, now we're here. So now it's just time for you to pick yourself back up. Remember who you are. Remember what skills you have. And also remember that, you know, you are confident. You have esteem. You see yourself as worthy. And you can produce the previous results that you were getting in your life that were favorable. You can, you know, produce those results again, plus more, because now you know what it feels like to be stuck in a rut and you don't like it. So now you know that you gotta do what you gotta do so that you will never have to experience this again, you know. So let's get the, what deck is this? This is the Sacred Destiny. This is the Sacred Destiny deck. I had two cards that popped out on my lap when I was and it's funny because they both popped up and just sat on my thigh. I was like, okay. So this is the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck. And just seeing what's to come about, you know, if you decide to, you know, just focus on this right now. What is to come about? We have a new beginning. So like, I'm just getting the stuck in a rut type of thing. You know what I'm trying to say? And feeling like this is it. It's not it. You didn't fall off. You're bouncing back with a new beginning. Like, it's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. So you should be feeling good. Okay? You should be feeling good. And then we also have solitude right here. And I do think it's just going to come down to you taking some time with yourself. Like I said, self-care. You may need that time of just, you know, understanding, okay, this is the circumstance and situation and where I'm at. What can I do within myself? So taking that time to focus on your affirmations, taking the time to, you know, gather stock. That's kind of what I got. Get out a piece of paper. Write your achievements down. Write your accomplishments down. Write down what you're good at. Write down all of these things, you know, and doing that helps, you know, to not deal with imposter syndrome. From what I've read, it helps, you know. So it might be important for you to, you know, sit down and take stock of who you are, what you've done, what you've accomplished, so that you can see like that you're all of these things. You put the time and the energy into achieving every single one of these things. Like, so it's just kind of like, you know, an activity to help you remember who you are, what you've done, because that's important. You know, it's going to help you feel, you know, like you can be confident and proud of what you've accomplished, and you can go out into this world and do it again, plus more. So it might be important for y'all to take some time to sit with yourself and, you know, go over that list of things that you've done and to feel proud of yourself. I'm gonna get one more card. Let me get one more card. And then two came out. So I'm going to let y'all have that. We have Healing Chaos. So yeah, y'all are just going through another transformative period right now. A transitional period. But it's going to give you some information. I think the information is going to be to understand when it's time to take breaks. take a rest and understand that, you know, all isn't lost. You're not a lost cause, and your best days are ahead of you. So you could be feeling chaotic right now, your head's spinning, but at the end of the day, just understand that through this period you're going to be transformed, and like you have a new beginning here as well. That signifies like, okay, it's some type of transition and transformation that's going on anyway. So I mean, it could be a challenging period in your time right in your life right now, but I feel like the more that you know, spend time with yourself and understand that this period is happening because it was something that you manifested, then you could come to better terms with it and make some changes. And then we also have truth, and yeah, same thing. It's just about you acknowledging, you know, the truth of your situation, where you got to where you are, where you're at right currently right now, and then of course understanding that you can change that. It's really up to you. It's up to you. But yeah, I understand, y'all. If you got this pile and you resonate with this, I completely understand. So I got y'all some surrender cards. I'm gonna get you one to wrap up this reading. Surrender to joy. A key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling during both the hard and easy times. Keep surrendering to more joy. So yeah, it's just really all about you all connecting with, you know, periods of joy and happiness. And I know that this may not be a place that you want to be in right now, but the healing process doesn't have to be so chaotic. The healing process can be fun. The transitional process can be joyous. It doesn't have to always be, and if you're used to it being like this, it doesn't always have to be, you know, so struggly and just so, you know what I'm trying to say? It's like you're trudging through mud. I just got the image of someone like trying to get through quicksand or just getting through mud or something. It's like, it doesn't have to be so hard or tough or challenging in that way. Like, you can still have fun. You can still be happy through the challenges, or wherever you find yourself in life. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave right there. I hope that you all enjoyed this reading. I hope that you all were able to resonate with this and to receive some amazing messages that you feel empowered. And you can use these messages to continue keep progressing in your life. So I hope y'all have a blessed day, an amazing rest of your weekend, and I will see you in the next one. All right, fam. If you chose pile 3, last but certainly not least, the Terra Soleil tarot deck with the citrine crystal, we're gonna go ahead and get started on your reading. We are asking Spirit, what should you be focusing on right now? What is it time for you to focus on? Like I previously stated, this is imperatively speaking. You can accept this message, you can reject it. It is up to you. It is completely up to you. So it's just, you know, some advice and some guidance and seeing, you know, where you're at and what you should be focusing on right now at this point in time in your life or in your current circumstance or situation. Y'all, this is actually a newer tarot deck that I purchased off of Etsy. So I'm excited to use it. I've used it some, but I'm excited to use it. So I'm getting some messages as I pull these cards out. I'm getting some messages. Y'all should definitely be focusing on what I'm hearing is just strap in, buckle your seatbelt, and get ready for this ride, because y'all are definitely experiencing or will experience or should be focusing on just getting ready, getting prepared for your new life. Get ready, get prepared for your new life. That's all I gotta say. You probably like, ooh, she said, no, get ready, get prepared for your new life. Get prepared for your new life. I feel like this is something that you've already been manifesting for a long time. You've been manifesting this. You've been manifesting this for a long time, and it hasn't been clear how it was going to happen. It has not been clear at all, and it probably still isn't clear how it's going to happen. But I can definitely tell you, y'all, this pile is not easing up on me. It's not it's not clear how this new change was coming into your life, and I feel like it's still not clear right now. But the only thing that you're 100% clear and understand is that things have had to be removed from your life. Things have had to been removed from your life, and these things had to be removed from your life so that you could really experience the fullness of what is coming to you. And it's a lot. It's a lot of great things coming towards you. It's so many great things coming towards you. Like, what should you be focusing on right now? Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Like, it's a lot. But let me get the last card and then I'm gonna get into it. Sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. Let me get the last card. All right, let me go ahead and put this deck down, and I will go ahead and get started. So, already, what you should be focusing on, like I previously mentioned, is like, there's a lot of things that are changing in your life right now, especially with this Tower card. There's a lot of things that are changing. There may have been things that you've built up. There could have been a relationship that you've built up, friendships that you've built up, a home that you built up, a job that you were currently working at, or maybe even within your career as well, things that you have built up. And it's just a period of change right now, because whenever the Tower card comes up, it's typically some type of like external upheaval, especially in the upright position. It's external upheaval. So it's things ending, you know, it's things going back to square one. If you've ever felt like you've had to go back to square one recently, it's things going back to square one. It's things where you have to rework the foundation. There's changes that have had to be made. And essentially, what it's saying is that maybe these things that you've built up weren't necessarily built up on the right foundation, or the type of foundation that could really stand the test of time. So when you look at relationships, there could have been friendships or a relationship that you had, but it being built up wasn't necessarily built up on the intentions of a relationship that had the integrity to actually last, you know, and to stand the test of time. You know, it could have just been a sexually motivated connection, or it could have just been a friendship that was built off of, you know, someone being used as opposed to actually being appreciated, you know, and showing gratitude. So it's just saying that, like, whatever it was that was built up, it was false, it was faulty. I mean, I say it was false. It could have been very real to you, but it was just faulty on faulty ground. So what you should be focusing on right now is understanding that the period of rebuilding that you've had to do, even though it has not been clear to you, is understanding, getting prepared for just the amazing things that are to come into your life from this situation in this brief period of time and circumstance where these things were happening. You know, oftentimes when the Tower shows up, it's abrupt. We didn't expect it. You know what I'm trying to say? It's not something that we previously could have planned for. You know, we could have thought about, oh, what if this would have happened? And then it happened. You know, it was still abrupt and unexpected. You know, you didn't necessarily have to deal with the fallout of this thing happening, because it might have just been a thought, or you probably weren't even thinking about it at all. But so this abrupt ending has happened. These changes have happened. It has not been clear what will happen after these things, you know, after this Tower moment has occurred. It's not clear because it was all unexpected. It wasn't something like you prepared for. But I can definitely say that now your focus should be on understanding that, you know, it's probably not clear how this situation is going to turn out, but there are great things on the horizon for you. Okay. In places in where, you know, you've wanted to be validated, in places where you've wanted to succeed, that is very eminent and possible for you. Now this could have to do with your career. I'm getting this really career driven and focused. It's really focused on, money. Is focused on gifts or opportunities. And it could have to do with you know a relationship, or one that you really wanted successfully come into fruition. But I'm getting it more so has to do with, or it could do with family also, especially with the Queen of Pentacles. It could do with family also. But I just feel as though this is you finally being granted every wish that you've ever had, especially if it concerns money, because I see that there are opportunities coming to you that you can take that will help to catapult you further into things that you actually love to do, or receiving the recognition that you deserve, receiving the money that you feel like you deserve. And the amazing thing too about this is you shouldn't be so much focused on the past, but you should be focused on your future. That's what spirit wants you to focus on. Like, focus on these great things that are to come. You're going to have options and opportunities. It's really going to be whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. Okay? And if you're a gentleman, it's whatever you want is whatever you get. Or if you don't identify with any gender, whatever you want is whatever you want to get. Like, you feel me? You feel what I'm trying to say? But for the most part, it's really going to be up to what you imagine and what you see for yourself. Like, what is it that you see for yourself? What opportunities have you always wanted to take, but maybe you weren't in a place financially to be able to take them? What is it that you want? I feel like you all have the option and the opportunity to go after what it is that you want. You can choose. You have the ability to choose. How many of us have had the ability to choose simply because we had the resources and the finances to do so? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, wherever resources and finances were an option into you not being able to take certain opportunities, or to have more options, it's not there. It's not going to be a factor anymore. It's not really going to be a factor, because you're going to have more than what you need. And you're going to be operating off such a high sense of your intuition that you'll be able to know what is the right opportunity for you and what is not the right opportunity for you to take. So that's not even something you should be afraid about. If you're like, well, how will I know if I have so many options? You'll know. You'll know. It's going to have to come down to wherever you are at that specific point in time. Like, what is going to benefit you the most? Like, you'll know. I'm trying to say. But to think about what option or opportunity you're going to take right now when you're not yet in that position, you haven't yet crossed that bridge, is going to be a little overwhelming. It's going to be a bit overwhelming to try to do that right now. So you just have to really prepare for these changes that are really about to come into your life. Like, you're going to be offered, so much. You're going to be offered so much, and it's really going to be up to you to decide what you want. Like, that's really how it is, and it's better to be on that side of being able to pick and choose than to not even having the ability to pick and choose, or having to take whatever it is that you got. So that's probably how you used to be in life, or how your life used to be. You just had to take whatever was there. But now you're going to have the option to choose and to pick, which is amazing. So just spirit is saying, like, don't focus on these things that have not ended, or not having clarity through this situation. Focus on what is to come within your life, within your career. Yeah, a lot of y'all are aspiring to be like stars or celebrities or just leaders in your field. I think that's very possible. I think people are going to definitely celebrate you and want to look forward to you. They're going to look forward to wanting to see you. You feel me? So let me see. Let me get some more information here on this message towards the end and see what it's about. Oh, yeah. So a lot of y'all, like I said, picking and choosing. I feel like don't feel like when you get to this new status in your life, don't feel like you're not going to know what to do. I feel like you're going to be very equipped. And because with the Queen of Swords, she's a very inviting, she's a logical person, but she wants to hear what has to be said. You know what I'm trying to say? But at the end of the day, she's going to take swift action to put boundaries up, to cut things off that don't need to be there, to stop things from happening. You know what I'm trying to say? I feel like this Tower moment could have been, is pushing you into this new way of being as well. Because obviously there were things that should have been cut. There were things that, you know, boundaries that should have been put in place that maybe at a certain point in time you didn't have the ability to do that. So spirit did it for you. Spirit really canceled things, removed things out of your life so that you could really step into this new phase of your life in which things are going to be a lot easier for you. So don't really feel too much anxiety. Don't really feel like you don't have the power to make these changes or to do what has to be done with the Eight of Swords. That's the energy where it's like of someone feeling helpless, but you're doing it to yourself. You're going through it because you're choosing to go through it. It's about understanding that when you move into this new phase of your life, when you're moving, or as you're moving, transitioning, and, you know, getting there into this phase of your life, you'll know what has to be done. You know, you're going to understand that you have things that should be protected, especially with this baby. Okay. So it doesn't necessarily have to mean that you all will become pregnant, but that is, it is a, you could be, especially with the Queen of Pentacles and the Lovers. This could have to do with the relationship as well. Maybe even choosing the right relationship for you, or, you know, coming into a relationship that's so much more fulfilling. You'll have more options at romantic partners. You'll be gifted stuff. You're going to be doted. You're going to be taken care of. Like, you could look at it in that way as well when it comes to relationships, if that's what, you know, is on your mind, or if that's what you connect with the most. But don't feel any type of way, because regardless of if this option is if it's options of choosing between romantic partners, or if it's options of choosing between what you want to spend your time in, or what you want to invest your money in, or what you want to, what you want to do with your life and with your career, like you're going to know the best option to pick. You don't have to feel like you're just going to be in this place to where it's going to be too much and it's going to be so anxious. You're going to know what to do, because as you're transitioning and moving through, you know, your life experience, and these things have ended in the past and these great things are going to come, it's going to help to transform you. It's not just like life is just going to be happening to you and you just going to be the same person. As your financial situation changes, as your home life changes, your stability changes, your relationships change, like you're becoming a different person. And you may not be able to see that, but I'm sure others will tell you, like, you're actually becoming a different person. You're becoming more in line with the person that receives these things or does these things that you will be doing. You'll become more in line with those types of people. So this is amazing. I mean, it's definitely a lot of great things to come with you. So I feel like Spirit just wants you to focus on those things and stop focusing on things from your past that may not have worked out, you know, well for you. So that's what you should really be doing. So sorry, y'all, I had to get up and check my time just to make sure I was moving through this reading, because your girl likes to talk. So I'm gonna go ahead and get y'all some Hip Hop Queens cards of how best you can, you know, go about this. You know what to focus on, but how best can you go about focusing on what is advised here today. We have ambition. Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. Be ambitious. Like, don't feel like you gotta take what's there. Like, you could have so much more. I feel like that card definitely directly relates to what I was saying. With y'all having options and opportunities, and it's just really about understanding what you deserve. And it's like, oftentimes when you focusing on the past, is like, what are you trying to tell yourself by intensely focusing on the past? That's what you want and that's what you deserve. I just heard Spirit saying, oh, you want that again? Okay. You know what I'm trying to say? So when you stop focusing on these things and focus on the good things to come, is signifying to Spirit, like, okay, this is what she wants, you know, or this is what he wants, or this is what they want. So we also have the leadership card here as well. Leadership also came up for pile 2 as well. So I feel like similar to pile 2, y'all could also be distinguished people, or like be a prominent person, or some type of leader, or someone who wants to be seen as a thought leader, or just a really successful person in your industry, in your crowd, like, or even an influencer, especially with the 6 of Wands card. It's like y'all just want to be seen. You see what I'm trying to say? Y'all want to be seen, and that is definitely possible for you. Okay, I definitely see you as becoming someone who's going to be very wealthy. Okay, it's possible for you. You're going to be wealthy and have opportunities. that you gonna have a hard time trying to choose between because it's so many. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, okay. So, as far as with ambition and leadership, it's like, how far do you want to actually take this? And as far as within you, showing up as a leader, it may be time for you to dust yourself back off. And with leaders, y'all already understand what leaders is like. Regardless of what's going on in your life, you always have to consistently show up regardless of what's going on in your life. Like, regardless of if your business took a turn for the worse, if people walked out of your life, okay, if you broke up with somebody that you thought you was gonna marry, okay, if you ended up losing your home, okay, like, regardless of what is going on in your life, leaders always have to show up. They always have to show up. They always have to show out and not forget what the purpose is and what their ultimate vision is at the end of the day. And I think that's where ambition is going to help you, because you know you want a lot. So regardless of what time period that you're experiencing in your life, you're always going to have to be shooting for more. You know what I'm trying to say? So stop focusing on the past and the things that may not have happened the way in which you wanted them to. I feel like things are working out underneath the surface. You don't really understand how they're working out, but I think that it will become clear to you once you pop out. You'll understand why you had to go through that certain thing when you come out on the other side of that transition. So yes, now that you know what you should be focused on, how you can best go about that, we're also going to get you some more Sacred Destiny cards, which is going to be looking at, like, what's also next. Okay, what's also next? Taking risks. Taking risks is out there. So it's going to come down to you having to do things that you haven't done before. And I think that really comes down to ambition, because when you're an ambitious person, you're always taking risks. You're always trying new things, or, trying a different, thinking about things from a different perspective, taking new opportunities, stretching yourself, putting yourself out there. And I really think that that's something that, it's something that you'll be natural at doing. And that's something that the Queen of Swords does too. She gonna take the risk. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? She gonna take the risk. Like, she gonna hear, she gonna hear. She's gonna hear, she's gonna see what's going on. She's gonna be inviting. That's why when you see the Queen of Swords, it's like her hand is out. Because she like, okay, I'll hear what you have to say. Come. What do you want to present me with? But she still got her sword to let y'all know that, to let that person know, to let whatever thing know that once this thing take a turn for the left, I'm using my sword in swift action. Okay, so take risks, but understand that, like, you can put yourself out there and jump, and you'll have the skills to understand when, you'll have the skills and the discernment to understand, like, if you should continue on with this thing or if you should let this thing go. And it's just from you being connected to your intuition. And then we also have fulfillment. So fulfillment is is here, and I think that, once you experience the true fulfillment of what is to come within your life, you'll understand that, what was in the past was not your best. Like, it wasn't your best. It wasn't the best that you could have ever received, and that, what's to come is way better than you would have even thought. And it's not clear, you haven't yet reached this pinnacle or this fulfillment, the best. You haven't yet reached this. You know what I'm trying to say? And I'm saying this because it looked like this is a peach. It looked like it's a peach. But correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like it's a peach, and it hasn't yet been picked and satisfied, It's satisfied. It hasn't yet been picked and ate. Okay? And then we also have the moon here, but it's still covered by clouds. So it's like, that's why I'm saying you have not yet reached that full, the pinnacle of the fulfillment of whatever it is that you ultimately want. But like I said, these things are to come. These things are to come. These things are after a period of abrupt change. You feel what I'm trying to say? So this situation isn't only gonna change the situation, but it's gonna change you. You feel me? It's gonna change you. I wanted to take one more card. Y'all, I'm done. Change. Yeah, I'm done. I'm not done with your reading, but I'm just saying I'm done, because it just lets me know that I've been on the right track. But yeah, change, like it's just gonna take you to a different place, and it's really a place from like your wildest dreams. That's why I'm like, y'all need to buckle on tight, because your life is really about to take a significant change, and it's about to take a significant turn, and it's a turn for the best. It's not a turn for the worst, it's a turn for the best. So you've probably dealt with the worst has already been dealt with, and now all you can do is look forward to better days. It's kind of what I'm getting. You haven't yet reached that pinnacle yet, but you getting there. You're being transformed. You are getting there. So I wanted to get you some surrender cards, and here we have surrender your ego. Surrender cards are basically things that you could do to let go of, so it'll help, enhance your situation. So cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. So yeah, it could be, like I said, that it's important to keep your ego in check, because I feel like you've experienced good things. If you've experienced good things, like you've had good times with your friends. You might have, thought you had a great relationship. You might have thought that your career was on the right track. So you've experienced some goodness. It's not to say that you haven't experienced goodness before. You've experienced some goodness, okay? You've had some good times. But I feel like now, within you stepping into a different phase within your life, you got to put your ego down, because you're stepping into a place that you've never been. And oftentimes when people bounce back, they took the L, they bounce back, and then they become really egotistical, like, well, I know I could do this because I know I did this before. And yes, you've done it before, but you're at a different place in your life. So you can't ever take that for granted. You always have to remain in a humble position, because you're going to be learning new things. You're going to be experiencing new things that you have not experienced previously, So just surrender your ego, be grateful that you really stepping into some wealth and prosperity and abundance, more so than you've ever experienced before. And I would just be happy about it. I would just be happy about it. But yeah, y'all, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end this reading. I definitely hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope that you were able to resonate with it, that you're able to take some messages from it, and just use it towards your empowerment and progressing towards your desired outcomes in a life that you want to live. So with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next reading.